Hi my dear students, welcome to my biology class. In the previous class, we have learned about the structure and function of neuron in detail. Do you remember the parts of a typical neuron? What is the function of the neuron? Now you have to remember the function of the neuron. A typical neuron has three parts: the dendrites, cell body or cytosol, and axon. What is the function of each part? Dendrites receive the stimuli, cell body process it, then the axon conducts the messages or information in the form of electrical impulses or electrical signals. Now you are listening me. When I ask a question, suddenly you respond. How can you answer me very suddenly when I ask a question? You receive the sound waves with the pinna, the external ear. And these sound waves are transmitted through the different parts of the ear, and finally it is reached at the auditory nerve. From there it is transmitted to the central nervous system, the area of hearing in the cerebrum, through the sensory neuron, that is the auditory nerve. We have a network which is formed by the neurons, the millions of neurons. One neuron is connected to the next neuron and form as a network in the body. This system makes the things very easy. So today we are going to learn about the transmission of nerve impulse through neurons. So what's an impulse? It's a temporary circuit of electric current that is formed at the site of reception of stimuli, that is in the dendrite tips. So dendrites are the reception site of the stimuli. Okay, the electric current is produced at the site and it is propagated through different parts of the neuron. So the neuron transmits this impulse from one neuron to the next neuron by means of a specific structure called synapse. For understanding about synapse, we need to draw one diagram. So, the neuron has dendrites, the branched structures that are originated from the cell body. Cell body has nucleus, nuclear granules, and the dense cytoplasm, and the axon is the longest part of the neuron, and the axon ends with the axonites with the synaptic knob. And the next neuron is not directly connected with the previous neuron. Okay, there is a minute gap in between these two neurons. This minute gap is called synapse. Now you look at the diagram, you can observe the first neuron and one more neuron, but let's consider it as the second neuron. So there is no direct connection with the first neuron and the second neuron. See, the end of the first neuron is the axonite with the synaptic knob. So these are synaptic knob. Vesicles that contain neurotransmitters. And these are the dendrite of the second neuron. So there is a minute gap in between this, that is called the synapse. The gap that is present in between the axonite of the first neuron and the dendrites of the second neuron is called a synapse. So synapse helps in the transmission of the impulse from the one neuron to the next neuron. So let's understand how is it happened. For example, if we need to move a body part, our brain has to think about it. So let's begin it from the central nervous system, our brain. Then brain gives the command to the respective body parts through the motor neuron. We know that the neuron that connects the brain or central nervous system to the body parts is the motor neuron. The commands are given through the motor neuron. Suppose this is the motor neuron. Okay, this motor neuron receives the signals from the brain and this impulse is traveled through the different parts like a cell body, axon, and finally it is reached at the axonites in the synaptic knob. So suppose let us consider one synaptic knob. Okay, this is one synaptic knob that contains small vesicles that is filled with the neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter. For example, acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is one of the examples of neurotransmitter. And see, when the impulse is reached at the synaptic knob, what happens? It ruptures and releases that neurotransmitter to the synaptic cleft. This is the gap of the okay, this is the dendrite of the next neuron. Okay, this is called the synapse. Okay, here what happens when the impulse is reached at the synaptic knob, the neurotransmitter is released into this gap, this particular gap. So it creates a chemical medium for the transmission of the impulse from the previous neuron to the next neuron. So that what happens, the dendrites of the next neuron will receive the impulse, and the same process, the previous process will continue here. Again it propagates it from the dendrites to the cell body, then to the axon, then to the axonates, again to the synapse, then neurotransmitter releases over there, then again it is received by the dendrites, then cell body to axon. This cycle repeats throughout the length of the nervous system. That means it connects the body parts with the brain and also with the sense organ. So this is the way the body parts show movement according to the thought or according to the stimulus. So this is known as nerve impulse transmission that is done by synapse. As it is done with the help of a chemical compound neurotransmitter, this type of synapses are known as chemical synapses. What are they? Chemical synapses. In our body, there are chemical synapses and electrical synapses. What is chemical synapse? The synaptic transmission, the nerve impulse transmission takes place with the help of a chemical compound or neurotransmitters. Now, in the case of electrical synapse means there is no synapse, they have direct connection. That means one neuron is directly connected to the next neuron. There is no gap in between them. So the impulse transmission takes place very fast. But this kind of electrical synapses are very rare in our body. The most common synapses that are found in human body, that is the chemical synapse. That means transmission of nerve impulses mainly take place with the help of neurotransmitters. These synapses are not only found in between the axonite of the one neuron and the dendrite of the next neuron. It is found in between the axonite of the motor neuron and the muscles or glands. Suppose this is a motor neuron with its axonites. Motor neuron with its axonites. What? Axonites. Axonites with the word synaptic knob. Okay, then suppose this is a muscle. How the muscles show movement? The muscle should get the impulse or command from the central nervous system. Then only the muscles show movements. So the impulse is transmitted through this motor neuron and it is reached at the axonites at the synaptic knob, and then the neurotransmitters release at the synapse or gaps in between these. These particular synapses are known as neuromuscular junction or motor end plate. Neuromuscular junction or what? Motor end plate. Motor end plate. Do you get the difference between them? The neuromuscular junction and the neural junction. Synapse is also known as neural junction. Here it is known as neuromuscular junction, as it is a gap in between the axonite of the motor neuron and the muscle. The neuromuscular junction is also known as motor end plate. So this is the way the transmission of impulse take place from one neuron to another neuron. I hope you understood the topic well, how the impulse is transmitted, how do we receive the stimulus, how is it propagated or conducted through the neuron, how is it transmitted from one neuron to another neuron. So that is of course with the help of synapse. Got it? So synapses are of two kinds. Those are chemical synapses and electrical synapses. So I hope you understood the topics well. With this I conclude my sessions. Then thank you and have nice moments.